Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Excuse my voice, bloody dying. Hope we are all well. You are watching the business show by Quack TV because why watch Crap TV where you can watch Quack TV? With me, Callum McKay, aka Quackers. Remember, can watch every replay on YouTube. I said it's every episode because you watch every replay from seasons 1, 2, and we are in season 3 on YouTube. If you are watching live, please say good morning. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag replay because I like to know who stalks me. I am in my Facebook group, on my LinkedIn, and I'm even on YouTube Live now. I got a bit of engagement on this last week, so I'm even on YouTube Live. So it's even better. So yes, it is lovely to be doing the show. Honestly, it's been absolutely amazing. And we've got a great week, if I say so myself. Today we've got a fabulous Ellie Smeaton. And then on Thursday, you've got me for a bit of a life update. Is what you've got on Thursday. A bit of a life update. So some really, really cool things happening. Is it just me, or is it really starting to feel like this year is flying by already? Like, it's nearly the end of March. How bizarre. Nearly the end of March. And I remember before, when I moved into where I live now, I was, it was May last year, and I was like, oh, I'll be moving out in November. Still here, just because it's the way things happened. And I'm like, God, that is absolutely flown by. I've been in here like nearly a year. And it's just little things I've been thinking about since the new year. Like, what have I accomplished so far since the new year? What have I accomplished? And I've accomplished quite a lot, actually, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's been really, really cool. Anyway, I'm wittering on. But yes, no, so it's really cool. Just been thinking about what's been happening this year and obviously chatting to the guests the past few weeks, been talking to them about it as well, obviously what they've been up to and what's been happening for them. And it's nice that people aren't really mentioning the word COVID anymore, really, because it's not massively affecting them as much anymore, which is awesome. Which is one of the things I'm absolutely loving as well at the moment because people's stories are different. A lot of people feel the same. For a long time, we're saying the exact same thing. Saying that, I feel groggy as anything. But it's amazing, and I absolutely love it. However, without wittering on, she's back now. My fabulous guest today is a lovely lady. Met her in networking, like most of my guests. Really hit it off. Got a one-to-one. Got talking. Picked each other's brains. Trying to think of what else we did. We just had a general laugh, really, didn't we? Anyway, with no further ado, good morning, Ellie.
Good morning.
How are you, darling? Are you well?
Yeah, just about. How are you?
Just about. We was literally, what we just before this was like, we both feel a bit groggy. It was like, we'll still do it. We'll still do it. I nearly backed out, but he was like, no, come on. Like, I'm here. We're doing it. Yeah, love it. Ellie, before we crack on, my love, can you tell us who you are and what you do?
Yes. So my name is Ellie Smeaton, and I am a freelance photographer in Dorset.
Love it. How long have you been doing it for, Ellie?
Near on 15 years now. Actually self-employed though. I actually registered 2 weeks before lockdown, so I had a cracking start to my business.
But I know someone that started a travel business about a month before lockdown.
Oh God.
Yeah, they bought a franchise of not just travel, and a month before lockdown. Credit to them, they just built up a really good like potential client base.
Yeah,
like, that's what they just focused on.
That's what you got to do. You just got to network your socks off, and then when you're ready to go out in the world, it's there, ready and waiting for you. So
love it. What have you seen over like last 15 years for you to obviously go self-employed with it if you've done it for that long? Like what was like? Do you just love it? Like what?
I love chatting. I love talking to people. I love hearing people's stories, and then if I can catch that in an image, it's even better. So yeah, I just love meeting people. Really, I think that's like the sole thing. I've always said, I've never been built for an office job. My attention span it's not the one. So I can't be doing the same thing 9 to 5 every day. I'm just not built that way. So if I'm doing something new, something different every day, it keeps my excitement up, and I get to meet these incredible people with these incredible stories. And now, I get to do it as my job. So what better, really?
I love that. Absolutely love it. And you're so right because, as you say, the bit you do that makes you for someone else is stories. That's the bit you love. Like you absolutely love it. And I know you kind of said, but why do you love it so much? Is it because you're just nosy? Everyone's just got something different. What is it you love about the story aspect?
I'm pretty nosy. That's pretty much it. Nail on the head. When I was younger, me and my mum always used to sit on a park bench and people watch and be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing today. I wonder what they're doing. So I think it's like massively built from that. I just want to know people, and I love having a chat. And you get to meet these incredible people. I don't know whether you've heard Humans of New York.
I haven't.
it's definitely check it out. Anyone who hasn't heard of it, it's like a Facebook page that this photographer just goes around and gets talking to these people, and they have these most incredible stories, you know, just from talking to someone on the street. It's street photography. So, you know, and that's the thing as well. If you've got a camera, you'd be surprised how much more people are willing to talk to you.
Yeah, no, completely, absolutely love it. And I've been saying this for like the past few weeks actually. I said it on Sunday to my friend's mum. I said, being nosy for me is such a good trait.
Yes.
Because you want to know. Like, you know, you are nosy. And it's such a good trait to have because you are going to be, whether you are legitimately interested, you are still going to see it or show it because you know. You know, you want to see what's going on. Being nosy for me is such an amazing trait. And I guess when doing photography and capturing their moments, and people, the real version of them, being nosy really ties into it.
It really does. And people, you know, you'd be surprised how much they open up to you. You know, they really do. And I think it's as well, they've got to feel comfortable around you. That's why with my clients, you know, when I have someone new come on that I don't know, I always meet them for a coffee before, and I don't take my camera because they get to know me as a person, I get to know them as a person. And then when we're taking the photos, they do feel that much more comfortable and they open up a bit more, and you can see it in the pictures as well. You know, people feel so much more relaxed. It really comes across. So,
do you have any photographers that you idolize?
Oh,
was that a bit of a broad spectrum question?
Massive. When I was in school, Gregory Crewdston, he was like my massive inspiration. He's basically what got me into it. He's like this American photographer who has this camera it's massive. It's so big, and it's sort of it's a film camera, and that's why I love film. I've got my cameras here to show you in a minute. But yeah, he just created these most incredible stories out of just one image. You know, one image can tell you so much. So he was incredible. Massive inspiration. Then I've got friends now, you know, who I went to uni with. They're off doing incredible things. So
I like that. No, I really like that. So you just mentioned your cameras. Come on, what have you got at hand?
Oh God, I'll show you.
Go on then, show them off.
Well, this is the camera, my first purchase ever.
That is proper vintage.
I know. So these are my film cameras. So these are like my babies. I've got my digital camera that I use for like commercial stuff, but any like personal projects that I work on, I use this. Well, I used to use this. It was my first camera. I bought this when I was in sixth form. So this was my first, as like a teenager, this was my first ever like big purchase. So I haven't been able to sell it or, you know, get rid of it. It's
you know what though? Like complete different note because it's not needed for my passion. My first big purchase was a watch.
Really?
And I can't part ways with it. You know, it's just one of them things. And people are like, well, you won't part ways with a watch. I'm like, well, you don't really go with my style anymore. But it was the first most expensive thing I ever bought myself. So it's kind of like, I worked for that.
Yeah.
You know, I worked for that money for that. But I completely get that. So that's your filmed camera. What other ones have you got? Have you got any more there? Or is that...
Yeah, this is my other film camera. So you can. Did you hear that?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that was the viewfinder popping out. So this is the upgrade.
Christ.
Yeah, I shot a weekend like skate project on this. You might be able to see it on my website if anyone wants to have a look. It's called For Nathan. Let me tell you, carrying this around for the weekend, I got home on the Tuesday, I think it was, and my arms, I felt like I'd been in the gym for like 48 hours. It was insane. And because you've got to look down there.
All right, okay.
Or you can see
like your back hurting as well.
From you can see me. And
oh God, there we go. Look.
There you go. So yeah, it's very heavy.
Well, doesn't it hurt like your neck and your back from like looking into it?
Oh yeah. It's a workout. I'm telling you, honestly, it's a workout. But they are my pride and joys. I've also got my digital camera, which is incredible for like commercial stuff, because I think when I was in uni, I was so used to really taking the time, because film is so expensive now. Like when I was in school, it was, you could get a roll of film for like 2-3 quid, like a box of film, sorry. And now it's like near on 7 quid for a box of film. It's gone up by like.
Do you think it's gone up because of like because I'm getting more into vlogging now. Like I've always done the show. I've always done live videos. Love live videos. I'm getting more into like vlogging, like YouTube. And you think that it's because of shopping quality of camera needed for things like that?
Well, you can't really because
not on one of them, but I mean, like in general, do you think just cameras, film, everything's just shot up because of how it's changed so much now? Obviously,
yeah,
it's more
massively. I think with lockdown as well, people were starting to do it themselves.
Yeah.
And with film, prices of film went up in lockdown by an extortionate amount. And I think it was because everyone's like, oh, this is cool, I'll try this out. And people were saying, oh yeah, I can do my own photography. And on Instagram and social media and things like that, so many more people were doing the face behind the business.
Yeah.
And that's what I see a lot of in my work now, people asking for headshots and business branding and things like that to sort of show their face a little bit more on their socials, because people really relate to that.
Do you know what? You're completely right. And going back to that nosy aspect, stories and that nosy aspect, my favorite type, excuse me, I have a few influencers that I watch on YouTube and things like that. My favorite videos are the in the day of the life of.
Yes. My boyfriend, I was having this conversation with my boyfriend the other day. He was like, why do you care about what people eat? I was like, I just love it. I love it. What I eat in a day. And he's like, why are you watching what someone eats? I was like, it's great. I just get like a window into their life, and it's amazing.
Well, sometimes doing it, like, I was like looking at my diet and wanted to get a bit healthier. And I wasn't looking for that. He just came up on one of the videos. I ended up buying a couple of things the person was doing. So I was like, I could do with that actually.
Yeah.
And it's just similar. If you find people with similar lifestyles to yourself as well, whether you have their budget or not, but if they've got a similar lifestyle to yourself, you're like, well, what are they doing to keep going? That's the way I see it. Like, what are they up to? What can I take from that?
Yeah, this is a massive thing now. So this is one of the services that I do. It's lifestyle branding.
Yeah.
So you're buying into the lifestyle of this product as opposed to the product itself. So say you've got like this really nice bit of makeup, and someone looks great with the makeup. It's sort of, if you photograph the product itself, it doesn't have that same wow factor as if you photograph someone wearing that makeup. Yeah. So you're like, oh, she looks really good in that makeup, I'm going to buy that makeup. So, the lifestyle photography around it, you're buying into the lifestyle of it as opposed to the product itself. Because that's what people do now. They see these influencers online. They're like, oh, I want to be like them. I want to be like them. I want to look like that. So if you can buy into the lifestyle, people are hooked.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So speaking of lifestyle, your lifestyle when you was at university, a couple of interesting things. Obviously, you founded something called the Liquid Weapon.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So on the basis of telling stories, I did a course called Press and Editorial Photography. And, unlike the BA, the fine art, the marine and natural history, stuff like that, the landscape photography, you're really tapping into these stories that are, oh, bless you. I don't know, was that a cough or a sneeze? You're tapping into the stories of, the people that are around you. And it was on my birthday, actually. There was the acid attack up in London of the 5 people on the mopeds. I don't know whether you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
And I was like, God, I think it was because it was on my birthday. I felt quite closely not related to it, but I was like, oh, I want to follow this up. I want to see what happens. I want to know about the people, are they okay? Is there anything being done about it? And there was this massive thing in the media. And then 2 days later, it was gone. I was searching, what happened after, all of this. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. No media coverage, nothing. So I was like, oh, this is a really massive issue that the press have just completely brushed over, So I looked into it a bit more and found that there was an incredible man called Andreas Christophorus who lives in
Cornwall. That is a name.
Yeah. He's an amazing guy, and he was a victim of an acid attack, and this guy, he basically, long story short, he knocked on the wrong door. He was supposed to get someone else and threw acid over Andreas, and Andreas has been left with this horrific scarring all over his face, down his body, all in his arms, everywhere. So I got in contact with him, not really expecting a response really. And he messaged me back, and then we got talking, and I said, would you be interested in meeting up? So yeah, we went for a coffee and started talking more, and I was like, okay, I want to make this a project. I want this to be my final major project in my third year. So started photographing him, photographed his family, did a lot of work photographing the masks that he had to wear, because when you get scarred that badly, you have to wear like a compression mask so that the scars don't, because you get like keloid scars, don't you?
Yeah.
Like bulge out. So he had to wear this mask that like kept his face in, basically. So I photographed that, and it really opened my eyes. I was like, God, this is such a massive issue that just so many people don't know about. And then I went on to photograph Adele Bellis, who
I don't know who that is.
She is a lady up in Suffolk. Her ex-partner paid someone to throw acid over her, and it scarred the whole right side of her head. And so she's wonderful, and I talked to her. So yeah, I built this platform called The Liquid Weapon. I made a website, social media, did like radio interviews and stuff like that. Just trying to raise awareness, really. It's such a massive issue, and we raised some money for some charities. And originally I wanted to make The Liquid Weapon my own charity. And I had this sort of talk with this lady, and she said, that's great, but there is so much work in a charity. You really need to think about it. I was like, okay, I don't want to do this half-heartedly. So I've got that money sat in a bank, haven't touched it, haven't done anything with it, because when I can, I'm gonna open that back up and really put the money in the right place, because I want to do right by it. And at the moment, I don't feel like I'm in the position, time-wise, to be able to do right by it. Because I really believe in it. And everyone's like, oh, acid attacks, they don't happen anymore. That's a thing of the past. It's not. It's really not. Just because the media is not touching on it doesn't mean it's not happening. Same with knife crime. When they're like, oh, knife crime's rife. It's like, yeah, it's rife, but it's always been rife. And it still is rife. Just because the media aren't telling you about it doesn't mean it's not happening. So
yeah, it's the equivalent of one of them, isn't it? Once it trends, and stop talking about it for God knows how long.
Exactly.
Once I spoke about it for so long, and then just one day you just don't hear about it, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
okay, that's that done then.
Yeah.
Well, no, see, that's absolutely amazing. And if you do, let me know. I'd love to get stuck in with that with you. But and then also, you've a portrait from a series got shortlisted in the Portrait of Britain 2018.
It did, yeah. So that was my photograph of Adele Bellis. So I photographed her. We walked down to the bus stop where she was attacked, and I photographed her at the bus stop, and you can see the angle from where he threw the acid and where it's gone on her face, and it's actually dripped onto the bus stop, and it's stripped off the bus stop. So it was such a powerful image, and she's got like all the little image, the little elements of the image. She's got red nail varnish, so it's like that, oh my goodness, that wow factor. And it's a very calm image, but the more you look into it, the more it really impacts you. And so that was shortlisted in Portrait of Britain, and we went to like the big opening night, and it was published in Hoxton Mini Press. It was like their first ever book, so it was really, really good, really good.
I love that. Oh, I'm trying to I think I found it. Is this it?
Yeah, so that's Andreas.
And then this is the lady you're on about, isn't it?
Yes. So that's a cropped version for the like the website header. But yeah, so you can see the
Oh, sorry. Go on.
You can see the drip marks on the bus stop, just underneath the word issue. So yeah.
God, well, congratulations on getting the award, and well done for standing up for something that obviously really impacted. You get a lot of people like that when something's happened on like their birthday or something, around a special day, like Christ, like this has happened on a big day. Like I'm always going to remember it because of the dates. Yeah. That's absolutely amazing. So what's next for you? What's the next big thing for Ellie Smeaton photography?
Oh, well, just building my client base, really. I obviously registered before lockdown, and I'm getting there with the local businesses, but I'd love to go a bit more nationwide and cover stories all all over the country. And I'd love to do a bit more features in magazines, because I think that's really where my passions lie, telling those stories. So, getting a feature in a magazine, if there's an incredible story that needs covering in like an arty, creative kind of way, you can put a spin on that, which I love doing. But yeah, helping businesses tell their stories. That's massively what I do now. Getting that brand image out there. I always say, if you've got 2 LinkedIn profiles, you do exactly the same job, same qualifications, same role, down to the T, but one person has a professional headshot and one person has a selfie. You are always going to be drawn to that professional headshot. Always.
It's one of the things that, I have a private, I have my business subscription group, Quack Academy Plus, and in there the theme this month is LinkedIn. And I always say to people, I go, look at your contact information, look at your profile picture. The weekend away with the girls in Benidorm was great,
not the one.
Not the one. And your contact information, Flopsy2006 at yahoo.com, ain't the one either. So it's just them things, like you're saying, it really does stand out. It's really, really important. No, completely. Well, Ellie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're very welcome.
It's been amazing having you on. Oh, it's been fabulous. Do you feel better now? She was nervous.
Yeah, I feel good. See, the thing is, once I chat, you can't stop me.
I love it. I love it, Ben. Can we just say hello, Mr. Gary Jones? Hello, sir.
Hello.
But yes, so thank you so much for coming on the show, Ellie. I'm going to kick you backstage. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
I'll chat to you after the show. All right.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Oh, fabulous. What a lovely story. What a lovely cause. Absolutely love that. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday and Thursday for the business show. On Thursday, it is me. I'm on the show because there's a bit of a life update coming. Some of you may have already seen the post. Some of you have already seen the YouTube video, but there's a lot more to it that's coming. And I want to see how you guys can help me, how I can help you if you've been interested in doing what the topic is on Thursday. So jump in on Thursday, 9 o'clock. Other than that, as I say every time, in the words of Banana, if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, don't get caught.